What's happening, HC Nation? Hey, Zach Edwards here with another Monday review. Actually, it's a preview of everything that we're going to do this week. Now, one thing that's really interesting is, you know what? Last Friday, I had promised that we were going to do the new podcast introduction. And so I could actually show you the video, but sadly, actually, I want to bring this up. It was great. Well, it was going to be great. Oh, wait a second. I can't do this because it's live from here. Oh, there we go. So I can't do it. Okay. Anyways, we had everything going. It was great. It was an amazing interview with Jeff Jones, our historian. And then sadly, when I had it edited, there was no sound from Jeff's side. My sound was there, but Jeff's, for some reason, did not translate through. Just like when we did it with Connor, everything worked great. Okay, his sound wasn't the best, but with Jeff, it was great Hey, Mark, how's it going? It's good. It is a good evening. So the whole thing was a great interview, but then it just didn't translate over. So we have to redo it, and we're actually planning to do it this Wednesday, and then we'll hopefully post it on our Friday video for YouTube. Sadly, it's going to be a little different. You never can get the same idea or the emphasis, the excitement of the first time, but we're going to try to give it to you as close as possible. So going back to our weekly review, we've got the historical Conquest Jeopardy. That one was actually late being posted, but it is on Facebook right now. So go ahead and try. This one is actually one we posted a long time ago, but no one ever got the answer. So we posted it again to see if you guys can get it this time. Also, we have our weekly review, which is this. On Tuesday, we've got a Tuesday tutorial. So tutorials, this one, actually, no, that's what it is. So last week, we introduced our Facebook page that was basically to review and go through all the different cards, give critiques on the cards, blacklist cards if we need to. So what we're going to be doing this week is we're going to go through two of the questions. Two people have questions on there. Now, we have plenty of tutorial Tuesday questions, but I thought it'd be great, since there's already people commenting on their own posts about certain cards, we're going to post answers to them and answer them right there on that page. And we'll actually put it in video form, so you'll have it on YouTube. Okay, so we have Suzanne Sperry. Great to see you. Far West Family School in Kidder, Missouri. Hey, it's great to see you. Thank you for joining us. Hey, so another thing, on Tuesday, we also have our headlines. So last week was really interesting because it was 9/11. During that whole week, I posted some things that people had questions about. One of the questions was, do we create the first September 11th card? Now, in that post, there was a lot of people that said it's just too early, too soon, especially for adults like us that went through it. That was a hard time. That was a big hit to the United States. And a lot of the youth who didn't actually experience it firsthand, I mean, you had to be 18 years old in order to experience it because it was 18 years ago. A lot of the youth started giving all these negatives, like decreasing morale. And a lot of the parents were like, well, this would decrease my morale because it's too soon. So if you want to go back this week and check out that post, to last week, and check out that post, give us your comments. I feel the same way because I know exactly where I was. And if you saw the blog post that I created, you'll see that I knew exactly where I was. I gave a little bit of a summary of what I experienced during 9/11. So that was an interesting one. This week, I think we're going back to events like World War II. So it's not as close to the heart for most of us, unless you're 100 years old, or actually about 90 years old. Then you'd be able to remember a little bit of World War II. Otherwise, that's basically what's happening. So headlines, we're going back to the very old headlines that I wanted you to see. Also, Wednesday, we have the Best of YouTube and the Game Design Week. Now, here's something also interesting. With game design, we are actually going out to a lot of different locations, including different places in Illinois, and that's in October. We have Nebraska, we have Texas, we have Georgia in December, we have Colorado, and we have Idaho. We have all these places, also California next week. And a lot of people want me to talk about game design. So I'm going to bring a lot of the information about game design back to this. But if you were able to see on Tuesday, if you purchased Totally Medieval or have any, if you've seen us talk about it and wondered what it takes to create a game, that video will tell you everything you need to know about Totally Medieval, because it costs a lot of money to do. And I actually give you the numbers on that video. So you have to go to the YouTube channel, look up our Totally Medieval video from last week, from Wednesday, our Game Design Wednesday, and you'll see exactly how much it costs. It was really expensive. Otherwise, we'll just keep going. So Sneak Peek Thursday, we have another great sneak peek. And our Friday, this will be what we were supposed to do last week if the audio worked last week. So this time we're going to test it a few times before we start the interview. That way we know that it actually works. So when we put it into production, it will actually work this time. But that's our weekly review. There's not much else going on that I want to put on Facebook right now. But if there are any questions, Susan, Mark, all of you guys, if there's any questions that you want to ask, I'm here for you. So I can answer them right now. Otherwise, I can jump off and let you guys enjoy your evening with your families and such. But there's a note from Suzanne. It says, personal history is hard to detach from. I totally agree, and that's most likely from the 9/11 talk that we were just talking about. But you know what's personal history that's really great to go back to? It's not just events that we experienced, like 9/11, but going back to our family history, genealogy. I started going through genealogy and reading about all the different stories. One really cool story, I'll make this quick, while you guys are trying to put any questions on there that you might have. But my mom is actually writing down, typing up her aunt's journal. And my aunt is over 100 years old now. I think she's 101 now. Now, she was talking in her journal, my mom was typing up as she was talking to me about an experience that at the time, I think she was 93 years old. She experienced a moment where she was with her great-grandchild, and her great-grandchild wanted to play. So, of course, my great-aunt was in her walker, and so they were running through the house, gaining a little bit too much momentum, because when they hit the front door, the wheels hit the jamb of the door, and they both tipped over. The walker folded up, and they hit the ground. And while the granddaughter was crying, the grandmother was laughing her head off. That was 93 years old. I love those kind of stories. You don't get them much anymore because we don't really talk to our grandparents. But those are some of the greatest stories in history because they have that personal touch. Again, they're not like 9/11 where it's basically really soon. It's still soon from when it actually happened. But all these different things are so great to learn about from your grandparents, from great-grandparents, those that are alive, and also those that have passed on that might have left journals. Another instance that we're doing, my daughter is actually doing an English assignment about family history. And one of the events that happened close to our family, well, my wife's grandfather was in World War II. And so he was actually going through the jungles of, I think it was China and a few of the islands around that time during the time of World War II. And he gives all these different stories. And so we were talking about the journals that we had read a while ago. So these are some of the greatest stories you'll ever get because they are so close to you. Even if you don't know that person particularly, you know that that person was part of your family. That they were there with you, or they are there with you, basically, in a sense. So either way, I just wanted to leave that with you guys, and hope you have a great evening. We will talk to you soon. Again, remember, Monday is always our Monday's review. Tutorial Tuesday on YouTube. Wednesday is a Game Design Wednesday. Thursday, we have the Sneak Peek Thursday. And Friday is our presentations. 2 weeks ago, we had Connor. Last week, we were supposed to have this podcast. This week, we're going to have the podcast. And we got plenty more in store for you, including that Tesla video I've been promising you. It's coming, just not anytime, not right now. So stay tuned to that, and we'll catch you soon. Take care. Thanks again. We'll talk to you soon. Bye. If you have any comments or questions, add them to the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow, actually. Take care. Bye.